Is
champion.
Yeah, undisputed champion, nigga. I was saying I need to get money. I need to get out of my situation. That's another thing why I say, like, once I get to, while I'm at this level, like, it's no point, like, it's no more point to prove to myself.
Swindle around and fight Jake Paul for this money. If you think I'm going to sit back by the wayside and sit there and be like, well, even though I'm contracted to fight this guy for this amount of money on this certain day, I'm just gonna sit here and be cool with, oh, he might not ever fight me, and he's gonna go fight and get paid and get this money, and I'm not supposed to get anything.
Gervonta Davis has finally explained why he chose to fight Jake Paul instead of taking a rematch with Lamont Roach. However, tensions seem to be rising, as Roach is now considering legal action against Davis for breach of contract. In a recent interview, Tank stated that even if he had fought Roach again, fans would have criticized him. So, he is focusing on what is in his best interest, earning the money.
Nah, Tank is a money fighter. Who's the bigger money fight for Tank? I don't think that's Shakur.
Who else would you think? Jake Paul?
Yeah, for sure, but I'm not even talking about fake boxing. Like, for sure, he gonna do that if that's there.
Tank is a money fighter. Who represents the bigger money fight for him? I don't think it's Shakur. Who else would it be? Jake Paul. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not even talking about fake boxing, though he will do that if the opportunity arises. As noted, Tank seems somewhat disconnected from the sport ahead of his fight with Jake. According to his recent statements, this detachment began right after his draw with Roach. I don't want to reveal too much. I'm just doing what's best for me and what's right for me. I've been in this sport for a long time, since I was 7. This is the first camp where I can truly enjoy myself and be myself, Davis said at Monday's press conference. Even leading up to the Roach rematch, he admitted, his focus was different.
I don't want to put a lot out there, but it's just, doing what's best for me and what's right for me, and I've been doing this for a little minute now. I've been doing it since I was.
Davis's explanation did not sit well with many fans. To some, it sounded evasive, like a man avoiding reopening a door he had already closed. Lamont Roach wasted no time responding with humor, posting a picture of Lisa Simpson crying, captioned, "Every time he has to explain why he's fighting Jake." His jab was sharp, funny, and cutting, typical of boxing rivalries.
Amongst boxers, pound for pound talent, and me, on the other hand, coming up from 130 to 135 to fight this monster, that's gonna make me a 2-division world champ. That's gonna make me a 2-time world champ, and that's gonna put me in the pound.
Despite the humor, Roach's frustration was clear. He remained bitter that the rematch he and many fans expected vanished the moment Davis agreed to fight Jake Paul. When the fight announcement broke weeks earlier, Roach took to social media with a jab, posting 4 duck emojis for emphasis.
Thing is, just handle the business right. That's all. Just handle the business right. Don't think you're gonna do bad business with me and think it's just gonna be okay. No, we're gonna call you out every single time. Don't duck a fight with me and fight a YouTuber that's 200 pounds and think it's okay. It's not okay. I don't care what, unless you took the proper.
Tank's decision to skip the rematch with Roach and face Jake Paul has now also made waves on the business side. Roach addressed whether he planned to pursue legal action against Davis for what many considered a breach of their agreement. In an interview with Inside the Ring, Roach stated that he would not take Davis to arbitration, despite having the option. "I never said this publicly, but no, we aren't going to arbitration," Roach admitted. "I'm very well taken care of." He didn't elaborate on what that meant, but his tone suggested that a financial settlement had already been made.
If I were to go to arbitration, then what? Then you gotta pay lawyer fees, or you put your promotional company in a hole where they have to back you because technically it's on them. They're the ones who putting on the fight. That's who I have the contract. That's who draws up the agreement, the contracts, or whatever the case may be. So
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy for you to do business-wise.
Roach publicly thanked Al Heyman, PBC, and the team around Davis for stepping in. "I want to publicly thank Al Heyman, PBC, and everyone who made things right on his behalf. Even though he messed up, they made things right on my end." This statement confirmed that PBC had reached a private settlement with Roach, compensating him to keep the dispute out of court. For a fighter who had been campaigning hard for a rematch, it was a quiet, business-like resolution. It also highlighted the behind-the-scenes politics of boxing. When a star like Davis pivots to a money fight, the surrounding machinery ensures that loose ends are tied.
It don't look like that's gonna happen. For everybody that keep asking me, everybody be on every single boxing page, boxing source, you hearing it from the horse's mouth, it might not happen, or most likely not gonna happen for sure. But I think he dodging that. Dodging God's plan. You know what to do, reach out. If you want to fight or you don't, simple. That's it. Not facts.
For Gervonta, this fight is personal in a different way. He has admitted that his motivation is running thin. He has fought since childhood, built a record, made headlines, and now he is leaning toward financial comfort over boxing legacy. From his perspective, he has earned the right to do so. The fight with Jake Paul is his chance to cash in, stay healthy, and walk away on his terms. At the same time, it sparks a larger conversation about where boxing stands when its stars chase the biggest paycheck instead of the toughest challenge.
That him and Tank Davis weren't friends. Him and Tank Davis weren't cool. They didn't really know each other like that. They were just cordial. This is a different cry from what he said about Tank Davis leading up to his first fight with Tank Davis. And I believe it is because he realized how out of pocket he has been. He realized that, well, let me make it seem like it's not as out of pocket to shit on him after he gave me an opportunity.
Among active fighters, few have been as candid about this tension as Shakur Stevenson. Shakur understands why Tank made the move but said he wouldn't have done it himself. According to Shakur, Tank was close to a loss against Lamont Roach, and if he had taken a rematch and lost, his market value would have dropped. By taking the fight with Jake Paul before a potential loss, the bout is likely to sell much more.
Can you blame a man for taking that opportunity? Because this is prize fighting, right? It's about making money and securing your family. Can you fault him for that?
It's two sides of that. Like,
okay.
It just depends. Like, as a fighter, just because I had a draw with somebody, for me, I may run it back. But in a business aspect, if you run it back and you lose to Lamont, and then
Terence Crawford did not mince words. He said outright that Jake Paul's size makes the matchup dangerous for Davis. "Jake is way too big for Tank," Crawford said. Coming from one of boxing's most respected technicians, this warning carries weight. Crawford is not mocking the fight or questioning Tank's heart, he is pointing out the physics. Paul's larger frame, natural weight, and reach could turn this from a spectacle into a genuine risk. In Crawford's view, this isn't a soft option, it's a strange kind of gamble, less about proving skill and more about surviving a mismatch. Still, not everyone in the sport disagrees with Davis's choice.
What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over.
Rolly Romero defended Davis, saying people should stop acting like fighters shouldn't get paid. "You can't blame Tank. He's got a family to feed," Romero said. It's a simple argument, but it applies to anyone who has spent years watching boxers go broke after long, punishing careers. Romero's point, nobody else takes the PU.
Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything.
Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, framed the Jake Paul fight as a business decision, not a betrayal of the sport. Ford explained that the camp negotiated every detail, glove size, weight, safety measures, to protect Davis while maximizing leverage. This is no different from any other professional making a financially smart choice before retirement, Ford said. From their perspective, it's no longer about Roach, it's about making the most of a limited window before stepping away.
My only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s.
Meanwhile, Lamont Roach has hinted that this story isn't over. He is frustrated enough to discuss possible legal options if any agreements for a rematch were ignored. For now, it's all noise without action, but his tone makes it clear he feels sidelined by the politics of money. What bothers him most isn't just losing the opportunity, it's how quickly it disappeared once a bigger paycheck came into play. Roach sees it as a professional snub that undermines the principal's fighters.
Jake Paul brings something to media and to boxing. You cannot miss a fight. I like it, baby. I like the drama it's bringing, I'll be honest.
But nobody really cares about this fight.
Yeah, are you going to watch it?
Yeah, of course. That's how it's going to go. Nobody really cares, but everybody's going to watch it.
He said, nobody cares about this fight.